I do. That's. This is going to be one of those.
We're having a discussion about
segments
dating,
that we are politely going to disagree with one another.
Right.
I think.
Right.
All right, we're back. Our next guest has coached hundreds of thousands of women all over the world on how to date with dignity. Please welcome renowned dating coach Marni Batista.
Hello there.
Welcome to have you with us.
I'm excited.
All right, so we're talking dating with dignity?
Yes.
Yeah,
it sounds like an oxymoron, but it's actually not. You can date and have your dignity intact and feel confident and powerful as a woman.
But women
Be careful.
Women estimate
What are some of the
their
common
skill
mistakes?
sets.
Okay,
They miscalculate their skill set sometimes.
Well
Right.
said.
They make mistakes.
Yeah.
What are the common ones?
Well, one of the biggest mistakes that women make, especially in the 21st century with technology, is over-texting. So they have this amazing date, right? It's really great.
Right.
You go home and you're like, you've got all this energy and it's really great, and your girlfriends are all asleep, and you're like, I can't log back onto Match.com because that would be really cheesy. So you send him a text. I had the most amazing time ever. I haven't been on a date like this in years.
The guy doesn't want to hear that?
No, because he's driving home and he's like in his masculine, he's like, you know, I hope she had a great time. I wonder if I want to ask her out again. He's feeling, you know, in his dude space. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh God, do I text her? Now what?
Yeah.
It just throws off the juju for a guy.
The juju, I like that. So it's like, so you're saying that, does it make you seem like desperate or anxious and?
Well, it makes you seem like you went home and you overinflated the magnitude of this experience, which is really a date. A first date is a get to know you.
Sure.
And you should be cautiously optimistic.
So what if the guy does it to you first?
That if the guy does it to you and it's a little too much, that's actually a little bit of a pink flag. Because it was just a first date.
Yeah, but hang on though. I want to let's go back to our second act. We had two wonderful people here, been married. You can tell they're in love for 8 years. Seamus and Juliana.
Yes.
Their first date went 16 hours, where they had let's get ice cream, let's get the dessert.
Yeah, no,
again,
that's great. That's really, really good. But let's say you did that and then he woke up in the morning, he's like, I can't stop thinking about you. And then you go back and then he's like, let's get together this afternoon, let's get together tonight. Now, some people it totally works out, but for some people, especially men who may not be ready to commit or don't know if they really like you, there can be this thing of, oh gosh, now do I have to sustain this? I haven't worked in 3 days. I haven't played basketball with my friends. So pacing is really key. The slower you go, the faster you get there.
Do men really want to date? Are they looking for a relationship? Do they want to get married and have babies? Let's just cut to the chase.
There are some men don't, and many men do. They're in a place in their life where they want to have a relationship and they don't want to play games.
Right. So how do women and a few men, how do we become savvy at this dating game?
Well, the first thing is know exactly what your relationship goals are. What are you looking for? Are you in a place where you want to just date, you just got over a divorce, your kids are really important, you just want to have companionship, and you put that out there, whether it's online or just in a face-to-face or at a gallery or a bar.
You know, because I know a lot of women in their 30s, in their mid-30s, that are either divorced or haven't been married yet, and they want to get married and have babies. Their time clock is ticking. When I see them with the men, they almost seem desperate, and these men, they can smell it. And they run the other way.
Yeah, so if you're at a place where you're looking for a relationship, the most important thing is to be confident and to be in a place where you're actually choosing a man, because then it puts him in that old-fashioned space where he has to pursue you. So you want to be interested, but you don't want to be eager.
Do you want to say, oh, I want to get married and have babies?
On the second or third date, you could say, someday I'm at a place where I'm looking to have a family.
Right.
That's appropriate.
That's okay to
but
say?
Not like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Okay.
All right. So we have some wonderful viewers who've shared some personal things in their life about trying to find relationships. This comes from Susan G. from West Virginia, from a Facebook posting. Says this: my husband died in 2009. And I find out I don't want to date anybody. My husband and I met in 1967 on the 10th of June and married on the 21st of that same year a month later. They spent 42 wonderful years together. So how can she put herself out there again?
Well, first of all, she obviously is wanting to be in a place to have companionship, or else she wouldn't have posted it on Facebook, right? So one tip I have is try not to compare your future relationship to your marriage. because it was amazing.
Right.
And so a guy's never going to be your lovely husband that you spent 40 plus years with. So start out looking for a companion, for a friend. And the good news for someone like that is you don't have a lot of negative baggage about dating.
Right.
So you actually are in a great place to meet somebody. Happened to my dad.
It did?
Yeah, and he had one date, he met my mom, they got married. He went on J-date, went online, first date, married her.
Wow.
There you go, it can work.
Okay, you want to take
We
this
have
one?
another one from Jessica B. from Chicago. This has happened to me and my friends time and time again. We will start dating a guy and everything is great. He's really into me. We have a great time together. Then all of a sudden, I stop hearing from him. Why does this happen to me time and time again?
Well, first of all, this is deep. But if it happens to her again and again, she has a self-concept that men leave and vanish.
Is it something she's doing?
Yes, well, she could be starting to like him and then get really insecure and then feel like she needs him and then get really sad if he doesn't text her. And then she goes, where were you? How come you didn't call me?
So that's the behavior she exudes when she's insecure.
Exactly. She starts to get more and more needy and get validation. And what's going to happen when a guy starts to sense that?
Okay.
They run
Do
away.
you not like it when women get needy? I mean, can you hear, because you feel like you have to come to their rescue? Does that?
That's actually a great question that I will attempt to answer when we come back.
Okay, good.
After the break.
Wow, I'm going to stick around for
I
that.
know, that was juicy.